Truth is, Tanner, 3 years on the department and you're still the best driver I got. We don't get too many ex-racing boys in here. Lowlife rumble in Miami is there's a hunt on for a guy who can pump the gas. Big getaway, big job. Maybe even some kind of hit. Some hood by the name of Rufus is in the picture. We need a line on it. Coffee? Black, right? Guys upstairs were asking for you in person. Look, we need you to go under. But no one's gonna know except me. If I bring anyone else in, I'll let you know. I need your badge. Any questions?
And thus begins our foray, into the world of illegal driving or something. I am Tanner. I've been recruited by the police chief to be a driver to you know, work with this mob scene or whatever we got going on here. So we're gonna do some of that. At the moment, we got to prove that we can drive, so we'll do a little bit of that. Just drive around here, drive around there, driving around the little lot. Anyway, so Driver, You Are The Wheelman, a 3D driving game from back in the era before GTA was a 3D driving game. Oh, that was the wrong button. Maybe this button. Nope. Alright. Alright, I gotta watch out to not smash my car up. Oh god. That didn't go so well. So I think this is supposed to be where I'm demonstrating that I know how to drive. It doesn't seem like it's going so well, though. I don't know where I'm supposed to slalom exactly. Anyway, hello Yugi, hello everybody else who might be out there. You know what? You can just cool your jets. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna learn how to drive this car. Yeah, so this game predated the GTA having a 3D world. Well, I got speed down, I got burnout down, I got this brake test down. Nope, that didn't work. Gotta figure out how to do a reverse 180. No, that didn't work. Maybe I need to push this button instead.
Hey, man.
Oops. Just drive into the wall. It's fine. So I did a 360, but not a 180? Like, what is a 180 if not a 360 that goes further? Oh, come on. Nothing? Hello, Org Chaos. Yeah, I realized, as I went to start my stream, I realized that it's actually still marked as unlisted from some testing I was doing a couple days ago. So, sorry about that for all of you out there who like to be here early. But, yeah, so, it's Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever. I feel like every Friday at 9:15. Tonight we're just playing some Driver, You Are The Wheelman. Okay, we got speed. We got the brake test. Alright, we got the reverse 180. Still didn't get the 180. Let's see if we can do that this time. Nope. Come on, nothing? There we go. And then we can throw it into a spin and burn out. Nope. Ran into a wall. Don't do that. Okay. Okay. We did the 360. Now let's see if we can slalom around these poles. Oh. Ran into a pole. Okay, we're making progress. So far we have done most of the things on the list at least once. Everything but the slalom. Okay. Alright, so that was the slalom. I gotta do it all the way back, all the way out and back. So we'll try this one more time. And this should be the one. This should be the run. So yeah, we're currently demonstrating our driving skills to, I assume, this gang that we want to join. That's my assumption. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do this and spin around. Nope. Nope. Alright, got the 180. 360's done. Slalom around these poles. Around this car without hitting it, ideally. Alright, we got the slalom done. Oh, we didn't do the reverse 180 this time, unfortunately, so... Ah! Damn it! So close. Alright, it's fine.
Maybe I'll give you a call when I need a ride to the
I did like a 9 out of the things on your list. Just chill your jets. Anyway, yeah. So this game was one of the games that I definitely played a whole bunch on the PlayStation back when I was a PlayStation player. It is something that I enjoyed a lot at the time. So we'll see. We'll see how I still like it once we get out of the training grounds. I will say throwing you directly into like this training environment without giving you any instruction in like how to do these things is certainly a more bold approach than people would take these days. Oops, that was bad. Alright. Let's see if we can make it around here. Yeah, 2 strikes. We can get 4 before we run into trouble. And we already finished our lap, which is good. So we've got the slalom and then the 180 and 360. Okay. Alright. 180. And 360. I got the job. Woohoo! I am now the new driver for the mob. Yes, awesome. Let's go. Continue on. Anyway, hello, Aurora, Lee, and Org, and Leif, and Yugi. I am the Chris who plays games. I am doing okay. I don't care about saving my game. I just want to keep going and find some missions. I don't know where the missions are. Get a new job. Let's do it.
One new message.
Let's play current message.
So listen, we want to use you on a bank job. No hassles. Should be real sleepy. You want in?
Yeah, let's go do a bank job. That sounds good. We're driving at this point for the mob. We're an undercover cop. We've turned over our badge to the lieutenant, and apparently we're going to do a bank job. So there you go. The bank job, as you can see. Now, I do note that this game has no subtitles for these scenes, which is very frustrating to me because I don't like, you know, I talk over the game all the time, so... oh god, okay, don't run into things. I do have a damage limit, and so that's a thing. Yeah, so this is an early PlayStation game with 3D, like a 3D driving world like this. You know, an open-ish world. This predated the PlayStation GTA games, I guess, based on the documentary about Driver that I watched. And so the graphics are, you know, kind of what you'd expect from a very early entry into the 3D driving game space. But so this is kind of the first open-worldy 3D adventure on the PlayStation with the whole storyline and everything else like that. I think Gran Turismo was around a similar time frame. But Gran Turismo was obviously much more of a racing simulation game and less of a you know, story-driven game. So I remember liking it a lot. I do remember at one point getting stuck on a mission that I just couldn't beat. So we'll see how that goes. It does have like a wanted meter and other things like that. All right, so we'll just pull up here next to the bank. There we go. All right. Good job walking, guys. Let's go. Get to the lockup. Alright, now we got the cops on us, of course. Oh, God. Get out of my way. Okay. We didn't hit anybody. That's good. I'm sure the cops won't notice the people spinning out in the middle of an intersection. That definitely seems legit. Uh-oh. Cop! Ah! Yeah, so the cops like to just drive right into you, which makes the game a little bit challenging. Anyway, how is everybody doing? What is your... Oh god, I got a whole blockade going on here. Alright, see ya, coppers! Ah! Crap. Alright, now the cops are more upset at me, but I got past them, so it's fine. No problem. Alright. That's how it works. Unfortunately, like, I've picked maybe the wrong road to be on. I don't seem to have any path other than driving through the police cars, which seems maybe suboptimal. I got a high felony rating, so I'm up to like 5 stars here. And the cops are all over me, so great. And I think I took the wrong road because I'm driving away from my destination now. My car is already pretty damaged. It's not smoking yet, but it's going to be soon. And unfortunately, we've got another set of police cars here. So we're going to turn around and see if we can make our way back to a cross street. Oh, nope, that did not work well. Okay, so we will try again, and this time we will take a different road. So, Halloween deliveries. I have only one Halloween delivery. I've got my my lederhosen costume did come from Wish, so maybe we can open that up later and we can see the high quality of cheap Chinese garments ordered from a cheap Chinese website started by apparently an ex-Googler, which is still weird to me. But yeah, so Wish.com is a website where you can buy lots of shit for cheap. You buy directly from China, and it gets here from, you know, the Shenzhen area or whatever. But you have to be prepared to wait several weeks for it. So I guess given that I only have one Halloween costume that made it here, we know what I'm going to be for Halloween. This Saturday, I will be participating in the Extra Life Day of streaming, where I will be streaming with Stingray Gaming, Soybomb, and myself. That means I will not be streaming on Friday night. And we will be playing games to benefit the Children's Hospital, the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. Yeah, so you can tune in on Saturday. I think I'll be streaming at 6 p.m. Too early. Like, what do you mean come back later? When should I come back? I like that I've already got like a high felony rating because I sat outside the bank for 7 seconds. Alright, fine. Alright, this time I am not going to take this main road, and I am going to take this other one instead. This is not one of the mini PS games, but it is one of the games that the people who made one of the mini PS games went on to make. So specifically, this game was made by the same development company as Destruction Derby, which is one of the first kind of crash and bash. Oh god, crash and bash games out there, and so it stole a lot of the physics from that game. Oh no! Oh, okay. Oh shoot! Crap! All right, so that didn't go so well. I got trapped by the car. Yeah, so this game just kind of throws you right in the mix. You know, definitely other games in this genre give you a little bit more ramp up time. You know, okay, we're gonna teach you how to drive a car. We're gonna teach you how to do this particular type of maneuver. We're gonna teach you, you know, just how to get to a lockup, like how to navigate using the GPS. This game's just like, you know what? Just you're you know, participating in driving around for the mafia. You've really got to get used to this whole thing. So, so it does have some elements of the kind of early genre of this type, but I guess they're including a GTA game, right? Is it the, I don't know if it's, so they just said Grand Theft Auto, which I thought was a Sega game. So I don't know if there was like a PlayStation release of, god damn it. You just like drive right in front of me just because you have the green light and I don't. Don't you know that I always have right-of-way? The giant speeding car driven by a mafia wheelman always takes right-of-way. Like, didn't you learn that in driver's ed? Come on now. Alright, what do we got here? We're gonna be able to just kinda... Alright, cool. I mean, the biggest thing that I feel like should have been on the PS1 Classic is the Crash Bandicoot. But neither Crash Bandicoot nor Spyro are included on it, which I think is very unfortunate, although in hindsight I realized that it's exactly what I should expect, given that both of those games are now getting, like, they both have HD remasters. So it's just a very simple way of Sony saying, like, yeah, we own your soul. We want to maximize the profit from owning your soul. And so we are going to do that by not including games that you would really like to have on the PlayStation Classic. That makes me sad, but not surprised in the end. With Spyro, at least I can look at it and be like, oh, Spyro might have been like a weird licensing thing, but Sony has always owned Crash Bandicoot. Like, Sony developed it and Sony did everything with it. If they can't figure out how to do that, especially given that they just did a re-release, which means that they must have worked out the licensing bits for that, then it's just a money grab as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. And also, like, there's just, like, the whole, like, I think Intelligent Cube is definitely a game I remember playing from some demo disc, but do I think that's, like, iconic or, like, really relevant to the PlayStation experience? No, not really. Like, there's not even, like, there's no Parappa the Rapper. There's just, like, none of these things that I would really want. Okay, thanks, cop. Just, like, drive right through other cars to get to me. That's real good. Real good. Yeah, that's fine. Who needs you anyway? I'm just gonna go into this lockup here or something. Lose the tail? How am I supposed to lose the tail? He's kind of like right on me. Okay, I'm gonna try and lose the tail, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, now he's smashed his car. So does that mean that I can just drive in here now? Because he's not functional. Cool. Good job. Hello, Carlos Ramon. Hey, I did it. And not on PlayStation? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care about saving my game. I just want to, like, I just want to get new jobs. Just accept the mission, whatever it is. Don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. Also, the re-release of Crash is on PlayStation, isn't it? I mean, the reality is that, like, I don't know, what are you gonna get? What are you going to get from, like, if you're willing to hack things, what are you going to get from the PlayStation Mini that you don't already get from an emulator? Like, that's my question. Like, if you're gonna, like, I totally get buying it so that you have, like, legit copies of the ROMs and, like, you can play, like, games that, uh-oh. What? I didn't do anything wrong! Why are you already running into me? Like, I sped through a stoplight, so you're already upset at me? Thanks for the boost. There we go. But yeah, so, like, I don't know. If you're just gonna steal games anyway, like, it seems to me like you can just steal them and put them on an emulator on your PC. I mean, that's what I'm doing with this game, so... my general rule of thumb is that I will try and buy a game if it's still being sold if I didn't already own a copy, and that otherwise I have no personal qualms, not legal qualms, but personal qualms about just, you know, downloading a game, so... Yeah, it's not the original hardware, it's just an emulator. Like, the controller is gonna be, like, just another thing. It's easier, which is fine, but it's not easier to put, like, other games on it. Like, at that point, you have to get them from somewhere. Oh, god damn it. Okay. So I think the thing that I want to do here is, do I start out this mission with a felony rating? Hide the evidence. Yeah, so I don't start, oh, I do start this one out with a felony rating. Okay. So I just need to, like, when I see a cop, I need to not drive into his cone of vision so they don't find me. Yeah, like, there's a cop over on the other side street, and I just have to avoid him. And that's going to help me get to where I need to go. So this is one of these things I'm learning about the game, is that I don't want to drive into where the cops can see me. If a cop can see me, it's better for me to drive some other direction. Or, like, drive slowly if I have to. Yeah, like here. Oh shit, he saw me. God damn it, too close. So like there, the right answer would have been to not drive up on that cop because he was ahead of me, and had I driven slowly, he would have just not seen me, and I could have done that. Ah, yes, I lost him. Excellent. Just by driving quickly enough. Oh god. Yeah, like Final Fantasy VII is fine, and like there's a handful of other good games in the bundle. Tekken 3, Final Fantasy VII, Rayman. There's a couple others that I looked at and it looked interesting, but it's definitely not like. Is it an $80 bundle? I don't know. I don't really know what my value is on like old games that I have no personal qualms about downloading and playing. And if I haven't played it before, like how much do I actually care about like paying for it now? Oh boy, because like I play a lot of the games that I play because of nostalgia and for no other reason, so. Alright, I dodged him. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit afraid of roadblocks, but I'm on a double wide road, so I should be able to avoid them a little bit. We do end up with one. This guy's right on my tail. Oh shit, I should have turned there. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go! Yeah, so my goal at this point is to get myself separated from the cop. There we go. And now that I'm separated from the cop, my goal is to navigate my way back to the place I need to be. Apparently the cops can't just chase you on foot. I don't know what you're talking about, Jose, but that's shouldn't be a thing. If you're having an actual problem like that, please say I'm serious or something. This is the first game you broke a controller to? There's definitely some parts of it that I remember being extremely difficult. Oh, there's like...
We want to talk to you. The marina on South Point. We'll just...
Let's go ahead and take this one. You are sometimes serious, but, or rather you may not be serious, but you may be referring to an actual problem, and I don't know. So, I can't tell. I mean, you appear to be hearing me, so I'm going to assume that, you are not actually having problems watching videos like folks were earlier today. Take care, Aurora. Oh yeah, you should, when you get back, you should tell me more about how you felt about the video software you were using. Which, I don't remember what it's called. Some Adobe editing software that looked a lot easier to use than Premiere. I ran a red light and that got the cops on me. God damn it. Leave me alone, cops. I'm just running red lights. People run red lights. It's not the end of the world. Okay, I ran into a car there, which I understand is a little bit more problematic than running a red light, but apparently that didn't bother you, so... Well, hello, Vlogging with Brandy. Yeah, no, earlier today, I like that the cop is like, this guy's heading east. I'm going to turn around and drive the wrong way down a divided highway in order to get him. Like, yeah, that's not more of a safety issue than whatever I'm doing wrong. Definitely not. But yeah, there's definitely like a mission much later in the game where it's like you start the mission off with like a full felony bar and like the entire bevy of the town's police officers on you. And the only way that you get through it is to drive like a perfect route down the wrong side of the road. Like swerving, like slaloming back and forth between cars. Like that's the only way that you could possibly like get to the end. And I spent so many hours trying to do that mission without success. What? Oh, god damn it. Okay, so this is a very limited time offer. But yeah, earlier I think anyone who had YouTube Red was seeing a message that said, you know, like video requires payment or something along those lines. Alright. Yeah, it's just Reddit was angry. This little driver went to market. This little driver stayed home. This little driver had car crashes. This little driver had none. And this little driver went wee 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 all the way to the police station where he ratted on his fellow gang members. Hello, Stingray! In Boston, we are definitely known as massholes in part for our driving behavior, but I have to say that I don't think I've ever run into someone who drives quite this badly. So, or even this aggressively. Uh-oh. Shit, what? Oh, I was on the wrong side of the road? You gonna pull me over for that now? You do it all the time, stupid cops. Alright, let's get out of here. You can't get me. You can't get me. Aha, you got turned around. I'm gonna pull away. Maybe. Lost him. That's right. Now I'm the best. I'm the very best. I'm a driving this way cause I'm the best. This cop is gonna see me and try to turn around. But I'm gonna keep driving right through the town. I'm gonna make it to my destination. But I'm not gonna be able to lose my tail. God damn it. Ugh. Oh, I don't need to lose my tail. Great. I win. Jack isn't taking away your ability to like. Oh.
Need you to make an exchange. This case for a locker key. It's a sweet deal. Cash for a key. In and out. Wham, bam, boom. Meet them at the marina. Get the key or stay out of town.
Okay. Man with clammy clump hands is going to take this thing and trade it for a key. Yeah, no, there's this whole like theory that like Jack is like, I don't like the like button anymore, so we're gonna get rid of it. And that's such a line of horse shit. Like, I know that Jack has a lot of influence over the Twitter platform. I get it. And I know that people hate him and like take everything he says as gospel. And he's like, I don't like hearts, so we're just gonna get rid of them. But the entire Twitter PR team is like talking about the fact that they're not gonna do it. This is very much just like a Jack says lots of things situation. I don't think they're gonna take away likes. I just don't see it happening. And I know everyone is very stressed about it because everything on Twitter is stressful to people and they like to blow up about it. And there's a perception that Twitter does nothing good for its users, but I just honestly don't actually think that's true. I think it's, you know, it's so easy to exaggerate and miss the fact that these platforms are not, they're not nearly as out to get people as people think they are, you know, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or anything. Like, their goal is actually just to build something that keeps people on the site. Now, it is entirely possible that, you know, somehow likes are not doing the job there. I don't really know how or why there would be a thought that that would be improving things, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have the same feelings about it that some people do. Okay, this is going to be problematic. I got 10 seconds left to make this turn. And go where? There. Alright, I did it! Jack is the CEO of, Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter.
Get the case, Seth. Nothing personal, buddy. Take care of him, and I'll see you back at Dodge.
Yeah, so Driver morphed into,
Seth?
Uh-oh.
Seth?
Shit. That's bad. Somebody just got shot. Yeah, so Watchdog, the Driver 4 engine that they were building eventually morphed into Watch Dogs. So the Watch Dogs 1 and 2 were basically like what Driver 4 was going to be. I have no idea where this boat I'm supposed to chase is, but okay. I got a cop chasing me as I drive around in circles inside the marina. Seems reasonable. Hello, Nicholas Shaney. I am good. I watched the Driver documentary from the Gamers channel. Gamers with a V for an A, which is a new documentary film or gaming channel that I've been watching a couple things from. And they pointed out this game, and I was like, okay, what the heck? Show map. Where am I go? Oh. Okay, I went entirely the wrong way. So I need to go this way. But yeah, so Jack Dorsey is the CEO and God King of Twitter. You know, you know, in a way that is even stronger than most social media platforms, I think. Jack has a pretty heavy hand on the scales about what happens at Twitter. And so, you know, he has kind of strong opinions on speech and how it should happen and what Twitter is used for and blah, 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 blah. And likes to express them when journalists ask him about them. It's kind of like, you know, a mini Musk a little bit, right? He's someone who has very strong opinions about the way people should be using his platform. Oh, God. Okay, I need to not run into anything else for the rest of this mission. So I'm just going to drive real slow, see if I can make it. I will not, because I can't drive slow and get there in time, but whatever. Wish me luck. I have one sliver of life left. Please don't run into me, cars. Oh shit, cop! No! God damn it. You don't know Jack. That was a very different game. Alright, chase the boat. Let's do it. This time I'm gonna know which way to go. I'm gonna go north. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, well, so, I mean, like, Twitter is a platform that has taken a very, like, let's not get too, you know, crazy here. It took a long time for YouTube to ban InfoWars, and they were doing a lot more, like, heinous publishing on YouTube than they were on Twitter. Like, it's just hard to actually engage in a lot of hate speech in 140 characters. Not that, you know, Alex Jones couldn't pull it off, but relatively speaking, you know, publishing multi-hour long live streamed videos that call for, you know, attacks on people or whatever else like that, like, it took YouTube years and years after people started calling for them to ban InfoWars before they actually did. I don't know what to do to get through this with less damage. I'm playing through emulation, Nicholas. I do everything in emulation because it's a good way to, like, save states are a really useful way to make sure that I don't spend my entire night failing at the same thing over and over. This game is pretty good and doesn't have a ton of, It doesn't have a ton of like really growth. Like the restarts are pretty low cost, but in some games that I play, that can definitely be a challenge. All right, get out of here. So yeah, I'm playing on a PC through emulation. Oh, this is the boat next to me. This speedboat that's driving to the same direction that I'm going. God damn it. Yeah. I need to somehow lose the cops before I come down this one-lane road. But yeah, so like Twitter overall has a very free speech absolutist position, right? Like their goal is to maximize speech. This is a position that is annoying, but not inconsistent. Now, they also realize that, like, there is a limit to free speech absolutism. They believe that this is something that, you know, if you engage in targeted harassment and attacks, that's something they have to block because that doesn't actually allow you to maximize free speech. If you allow anyone to say whatever they want with absolutely no consequences, then you will limit speech by, you know, scaring people off of your site and convincing them that they don't have the ability to speak their minds or engage in the public forum that, you know, Jack imagines that Twitter is. Now, where you draw those lines is a hard question. It's just a hard question. I don't necessarily agree with the positions that Twitter takes, but I do at least understand that it's difficult. More importantly to me, though, is I think that their enforcement regime is just bad. So, like, beyond, like, their you know, moral positions, I feel like they don't actually do a good job of enforcing their policies, and this is, like, a really common big social media problem. Like, I feel the same way about some of YouTube's policy enforcement stuff, where I feel like, hey, you are doing a really bad job at enforcing your policies effectively. How am I supposed to get through these? God damn it. You are the Whittle Man. That's right. You're the Whistle Man, actually. Driver the Whistle Man is it's the latest in the Driver series. It's the PS5 version. You have to do a lot of whistling while you work. It's really formed off of the Seven Dwarves, so. I gotta somehow lose this cop. Anyway, Nicholas, never worry about talking off topic when I'm around, because I am 100% the kind of guy who will change topics 3 times in the middle of the sentence with absolutely no concerns. So if you are happy listening to me babble, you are welcome to babble at me about anything, and I will just mix it all in. We'll talk about PS1 emulation, and then we'll talk about like everything else all at the same time. I'll do it all. I'm a big fan of mixing it all up, so. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of cases where, like, you might have a job where your mouth would be full, and you don't have to be, like, a porn star for that to be relevant. Like, what if you're Rachel Ray? What if you're Sean Evans? What if you're, whoever, like, the kind of guy who stands for American Gothic, like, scene paintings, and you have to hold a piece of straw in your mouth? Like, there's lots of different situations you can concoct where, you know, you might not be able to whistle because you have something in your mouth. You don't have to go straight to being full of dicks. Like, it's okay. We can save the dicks for later in the evening. Okay, where the hell am I going? Fuck! Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, well, so the problem, and this is a huge problem on a lot of platforms, is that abusers are really good at knowing exactly where the line is, walking up to it, and staying on the correct side of it. They do this via, like, you know, concerted, like, communication between each other. So they communicate about, like, what they know the lines are, and also, like many social media platforms, they depend on user reports in order to engage in enforcement activities. And so, like, user reports will... that's weird. There were 3 cops on top of me, and then because the lead cop one's car broke, the other one's lost track of me. Good job, cops. You suck at this. Okay, I think that I have the ability to drive slow. We got a minute and a half to get to the end of this thing. I'm gonna wait until there's 30 seconds left, and then I'll pull ahead of the cop if I have to. And so, yeah. I think that, like, enforcement is problematic. Involving user reports in enforcement, like Hawk vs. Drone has been reported like 150 times via various, like, you know, enforcement report options on YouTube. Like, Hawk vs. Drone clearly not, and it's not like animal abuse, it's like porn, spam, obscene. Like, people report this shit all the time. And I don't know, I know this because I worked at YouTube and I had a conversation with someone on the trust and safety team about it, right? Like, I used to work at YouTube, rather. And so, that's not like a thing that most people find out, but like, content just gets reported all the time for no goddamn reason. And this is not leading to a destination. Maybe out here? Fuck! Oh god. Oh god. Alright, there we go. But yeah, so, like, shit gets reported all the time, and with good enforcement, it's possible that you can avoid causing trouble because of that, but it's really hard to get good enforcement when what you're doing is paying a bunch of contractors in India to do your enforcement, and you're just not that good at it. But yeah, as far as emulation, I am using EPSXE. It's working for the most part. I did try and go into like the option screen in the control setting, and it just displays a black screen. So, you know, emulation is almost never perfect, and this is not the case. And that's not any different here. Okay, so there was a guy in a boat, and I came and I held him up. So usually your car gets repaired at the end of missions. So the question is, was that the end of my mission? Like, this was a weird, yeah, so that was a weird multi-part mission.
You have one.
We'll do this then. And so usually that's not the case. So now my car will be repaired. There is no way to repair your car. There's no pan sprays or anything else like that, like there are in the later GTA games. So it's not just that they report it for no reason, but in particular that they maliciously report. They gang up and they report multiple times, and basically they depend on the fact that reporting has a false positive rate of like enforcement activities to like further their goals. And so with that being the case, like if you report something 100 times and there's a 1% false positive rate, it means that if you report something 100 times and it gets looked at 100 times, there's a decent chance that it will like get taken down. So they report things lots of times. They find things that are technically like seen as violations of policy. So like on Twitter, this is commonly like joking death threats are seen as always serious. Like Twitter doesn't do really good at context of that particular type of thing. And so with that being the case, like they know that if I report something that says like, you should eat dicks and die or something like that, that's an actionable offense as far as Twitter is concerned. And they know to like find all of those tweets and report them if they want to make someone disappear from the platform. And this is the kind of thing you can do on any platform. Like this happens on Facebook, this happens on YouTube, this happens everywhere. And you know, really the only thing that changes how often they respond to reports, like what is the overall false positive rate of enforcement, and do you have good policies in the first place? Like some of these things, it only takes one report and it always comes down. And this is the whole like people saying that the word TERF is a slur, and it's like, no, TERF isn't a slur. TERF is seen as a description of a group of people, and then you combine that with a like threat of physical violence, right? So like punch a TERF is seen as problematic by Twitter, not because of the word TERF, but because of the word punch and the fact that TERF is a protected group under their, you know, guidelines or whatever. And you could see this in lots of different ways across lots of different platforms. But that's just like one example of the type of thing that's taken advantage of. And my guess is that racial slurs without violence are not seen as problematic, just based on my, you know, visibility into the enforcement from things I see on Twitter. Like not not like special knowledge, but just like watching conversation go by, I don't think that using racial slurs is a violation of policy, as routinely enforced by Twitter. God damn it! Not gonna make it. Ah! It was so close. Alright. I waited too long to, I was behind a cop and I couldn't, there was no good way to get around him. And rather than just like driving fast and getting past it, I tried to wait him out. And unfortunately that used a lot of my time. Yes, look at that. Look at that turn. And another one coming up. Oh, oversteered. Bad idea. Uh-oh, cop! Okay, bye cop. It's nice to meet you. See you later. I'm gonna go this way now. That's right, you have lost me. Unfortunately, you have not lost me anymore. That's a problem. So I am driving on the wrong side of the road intentionally. Oh, okay. Because I was going to try and lose the cop, which I guess I did. So that's cool. Yeah, so for multi-part missions, you can end up in a situation where your car is pretty damaged. And then it can be, like, I think you can restart the full mission, but yeah. Yeah, I am emulated PS2. For that, I use PCSX2, I think is what it's called. I have had pretty good luck with it. I think the one game I tried to play that worked really poorly was 1080 snowboarding. No, SSX. One of the SSX games that I played was just this absolutely garbage emulation. Did not work at all. Like, you couldn't see your snowboarder. You couldn't do anything. It was a really terrible experience, but that has been the exception. But I've played relatively few PS2 games. I will also say that I have like a ridiculously powerful computer. So I mean, I have like a you know, i7. It's like a 6700K. Lose the tail. God damn it! Can't lose the tail in 10 seconds. Yeah, so I do, I think that's what it was. Chris plays games. Just a second. Platforms, PS2, PlayStation 2. Yeah, SSX. This is what I remember working out really poorly. Okay. It's like, oh, I'm gonna... Just a second. Where's my browser? There we go. Why are there ads? Oh, I'm not signed in for some reason. Awesome. Yeah, so this is how SSX emulated. So you can see that like my snowboarder just completely invisible. And then like I would sometimes like drift through like various things. Like my character is actually like behind me a ways, and so like on some maps like I would totally like run into various things. Oh yeah, that's my drone footage from the White Mountains. And so this was like a real problem for me in some cases. But that was relatively rare. And I played Cool Borders, and Cool Borders was fine. So it was just SSX on the PS2 just worked really poorly. There we go. Oop, too far. Tried to do a nice burnout around the corner there. It's gonna look really good. It was really gonna be great, but unfortunately it was not. Oh god. Get out of here, car. This is not your time. Oh god. Oh god. This is trouble. Right here in River City. Shit, wrong way. God, I should just restart. Let's try this again. Yes, I would like to restart. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. I like this game. I know it's kind of like not a whole lot of story, and it's older graphics, and it's, you know, all this other stuff. But it's actually a challenge. I guess that's actually the thing. The driving part of this game is the challenge. Like in GTA games, the driving part is not like really the key challenge. The key challenge is like shooting or is like getting to a place. Like this was a game that concentrated entirely on the driving. Yeah, so your GPU is probably not going to be a problem for emulating, especially if you have a 1060. That's totally fine. But CPU can occasionally be a problem. Like even my i7 6700K, I have occasionally had problems where, especially for like emulating and streaming, has given me some pause. I love that when I go around corners at like high rates of speed, I lose my hubcaps. So I would say PS1 emulation you shouldn't have problems with. But I have, what was it that I had to do recently? What was I playing like last week or 2 weeks ago? I was playing something where I ended up like, I spent like the last, like there was a game that didn't emulate right, and I had to download like the latest, like there was a new version of the emulation software I had to download that hadn't even been released yet. Like the patch had been checked in like 6 months before, but they hadn't done a new release, so I had to download the Git version of the code, and like it was such a pain in the butt. But I don't remember what it, oh, this was Grand Theft Auto actually. So this was a PS2 game. I had to download the latest version of the PS2 emulator before I was able to get it to work at all, because they had fixed some ghosting issue where all of the textures were like doubled. And this is like when you get into like PlayStation 2 and GameCube era, this is the type of thing you run into, is that they haven't really worked out as many of the kinks. NES and Sega Genesis at this point are basically like done. Everything's fine. So yeah, so Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Atari, NES, like all of that stuff is fine. PlayStation is usually pretty good. GameCube and PlayStation 2 are in the era where things aren't great, and then you get into Dolphin, and Dolphin can just be like a bit of a nightmare with like GameCube and Wii stuff and so on and so forth. I don't care about your story, man. I want to do more driving. That's what I want to do. Hello, Adam Harris, by the way. Yeah, don't worry about it. I suck at typing on my tablet and phone and anything that isn't a computer. I know people who basically like live like typing on their phone, and that is not me. All right, yeah, ram this armored car. Let's go, armored car. I'm gonna ram you. Ram you. Ram you. To your sheep, your flock be true. Nope. I just kind of drifted right through a light pole there, but that's fine. Was there Driver 3? One thing I learned is that apparently, like, GTA made fun of the Driver 2 game because the player character was so, like, hinky that they, like, had several missions in GTA games that were basically, like, kill Tanner, and Tanner was supposed to be the guy from this game, and you could tell he was, like, weird because he, like, ran funny. Alright, look at that. Look at that damage. Look at it. Take that, armored car. I'm in a non-armored car, and this is what you get. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Hooah! Ha! Got you. Yes. Alright, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, it's not exponential, Leif. It's just amount of time, right? Like, PlayStation 1 versus PlayStation 2 has had an additional 5 years of work on that. Dreamcast is definitely a thing. It's definitely, I think, because it was a more niche system to begin with, I think that there's probably been less work done in some of the emulation scene there, but it's definitely old enough that I would expect it to work pretty well. So I would say, like, it's definitely worth a try. I have never owned a Dreamcast. The only Dreamcast game I have ever played was the, like, typing of the dead game. Oh, shit. Where you type words in order to kill zombies, which I played at a retro fest that was set up at one point. So my experience with Dreamcast is very limited, and so I have not streamed any of that and have less experience with the specifics of emulation on that platform. That is something that my friend Proto Sam would probably have a little bit more experience with, although these days he's all hardware rather than emulation. But I know he's a big Dreamcast fan, so feel free to. I think my email is on my. If you go to chrisplaysgames.com, you can find information about me. I'm on Twitter, and that's linked from my YouTube profile. Like, you can find me, and if you have trouble with like Dreamcast stuff, I'm happy to dig into it and see if I can find any like information that about like what works or doesn't work or whatever. Happy to dig in and help fellow retro fans get into being able to play more games. Because that's definitely my desire, is that people can play whatever games they want. You know, I'm not like encouraging piracy, because like I don't like to do that, but just encouraging people to getting it so that people can play games that they love. You know, that aren't sold anymore, or available, or other things like that. Hello, Celso. Yeah, it's definitely Prop 420. Like, I remember this game being very pretty, and compared to everything else, it definitely feels a little bit like lackluster. All right, let's do this. I just want you to keep like doing the right thing. I'll toss a save here. Oh, is Wednesday E? I did not know that. Oh, yeah, Victor. Yeah, so I was watching that in the driver video from Gamers that I was watching, so I'll link to this.
You were cutting it real fine.
Oh, hush your mouth.
I got some problems with this businessman. He thinks he don't need to pay protection no more. We're gonna have to explain to him again. He don't capiche too good, see? Well, he's got himself a chain of restaurants in town. So I kind of promised him we'd pay a visit on every one of his places by the end of the afternoon. Drive through the front of every single one. That don't give you a whole lot of time.
Okay, so I got to drive through the front of all of these buildings. Yeah, so the driver documentary is what kind of reminded me about this game. And they talked about the fact that, like, they later admitted that basically, like, they tried to ship this game before it was done because they were so worried about getting left behind by GTA, because they were being left behind by GTA, because they like Rockstar ended up stumbling into a good thing, and like Driver just never caught up. They did, you know, have better driving mechanics, but it definitely had pretty shitty reviews because like people wanted to love it, but it just couldn't. I think it was, I don't remember exactly what the wording was, but it was like disappointingly melancholy or something like that was the wording they used on in the video, where fans were like, I really want to love this game, but I just can't do it. Where is this thing I'm supposed to drive to? Oh, here. There we go. Okay. One down. Let's drive across the sand here, make this a little bit quicker. Where? This way? What? Oh, okay. Can't drive through buildings. Go around to the front of the building. Smashy, smashy! Oh, was that not enough smashing? Alright, there we go. Ow! All their restaurants. Have we stolen all the money? So we're not stealing the money. Our goal is just to drive for the people who steal the money. But at the moment, because this group doesn't want to pay protection money anymore, we got to show them who's boss. So I'm currently driving around and driving into the front of their restaurants. You know, it'd be a shame if anything were to happen to your nice plate glass window type of thing. So. Yeah, destroying all the things. It's great. And now we got cops on us. I hate it when that happens. Oopsie. I missed the window. Wrecked the 4th restaurant. Unfortunately, with these cops on me, this is not going to go well. Oh, is this the right way? Yeah, that'll do. Unboxing soon. We can do an unboxing after this mission. Oh no! Oh no! Oh crap! How do I turn back over? Oh, keep going. Hit me again. No. All right. Yeah. So should we do an unboxing of our Wish, our high quality Wish Halloween costume? Ugh. So another thing that you'll find if you stick around here is that I am not, like, as much as I am the Chris who plays games, I'm also the Chris who does whatever the fuck he feels like. And so one of the things I did the other night was that I went ahead and I bought from Wish. And so this is a package from Wish. There you go. Yeah, you can know my address because it's on my, information anyway. But yeah, so this is from Shenzhen, shipped all the way from China to me. According to the back of the package from customs, this is a 0.37 kilogram cotton coat worth $10. So that's what customs says. Wish is just a cheap website, wish.com, where you can buy cheap shit from China. They aggregate from like thousands of sellers. And so you can buy this. This was a like a $12 Halloween costume. So I will I'll dig up the listing so you can see what I theoretically bought before we open it up, and you can see what I actually got. So Wish delivery, whatever. My Wish order has been delivered. Here we go. Men's Lederhosen Oktoberfest. Yeah. So the thing that this is supposed to be is it's supposed to be this. I assume it comes without the beer stein, but I'm supposed to get a hat and this lederhosen and everything else like that. So $16 is what this cost me, plus $5 for shipping. And this one was the first one that got here. So we'll see how this actually looks. So this is we got this coming out of the package here. All right. So it seems like at least we probably got the right thing, right? So that's good. We're starting off on a high note. There's not like a obvious opening here. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, so we've got a hat. This is like, I don't know if you can see like right through this, but I can definitely see right through. Yeah, you can see kind of my face, here. So I can see right through that. But yeah, it's. I would say that to me, the brim on this hat definitely looks a little bit more stiff than what I feel like I'm getting here. Like this looks a bit more reasonable, but this looks like a stiff brimmed hat. And like this guy here, like this does not look like a, the same. I just don't feel like I'm getting the same look out of this. Like, I don't know if there's an approach that I'm supposed to have here, but it feels like my brim is not doing a lot for me here. So, I don't know about that. The drone was not from Wish. It was from another, even like sketchier website. But Wish probably sells the exact same kind of drone. Okay, and then we've got the hosen of the lederhosen. Now, I will say that when I grew up, I actually grew up and owned a pair of lederhosen because I am, Schmidt, German by cultural heritage. And so these are definitely not the quality of cheapness that my lederhosen had. It's definitely like this material just feels, it's just like it's cheap polyester, right? Like it's what you'd expect for a $15 costume, but there's no quality here. When I had lederhosen as a kid, they were leather and they were nice. This shirt, again, totally see-through. You probably again can't see this very well, but like you can see my hat through there, because this material is a cheap semi-transparent tee. But it is what it looks like. It's if you look at the costume, you've got the later. It doesn't come with the socks, which I knew, but I've got the hat and the hosen. These buttons, definitely not high quality metal buttons. The buttons I've actually got are kind of cheap, low quality, like plasticky wood, and they don't have like an insignia on them or anything else like that. The stitching around the top here, this elastic, is just very bunched up. Like, it's not like, it's fine, but this is just like, you know, it's what you'd expect for cheap sewing and everything else like that. So yeah, so let's give me one moment here. Ein Moment. And we'll put on a little bit of CPG thoughts, and then we'll swap back and try this on, and I'll be back in my later hosen momentarily. All right, let's just, we want to listen to not that, these, nope, that's not, there we go, mini VODs, view, details. All right, let's talk about all right, so you can listen to me talk a little bit about the time I got death threats due to content ID claims. I think. Just one moment. All right. Back in 2014, I had a video go viral on my YouTube channel. And when I did that, I was surprised by some of the things that happened. I was surprised by the news reactions. I was surprised by the process. I was surprised by the number of people who stole it. None of these things are really surprising in and of themselves, but none of them were things that I was prepared for or expecting or anything else like that. When I started out my week, I didn't say, oh yeah, I think that I'm going to have a viral video this week, and here's what I can expect from that. One thing that I didn't expect my viral video would get me was death threats. So let me tell you the story about that. So when I uploaded my video, I had a couple of different people who integrated my video into their content. Now, I don't have access to Content ID, so I can't make takedown claims or anything else like that other than manually, and while I did submit a number of those, that isn't why I got death threats in this case. So what happened is that some other Content ID partner submitted my video as part of their daily, you know, program or whatever. It's called like Good Morning Number 2 in Content ID. Submitted my video as part of their video to Content ID. So most likely this is some like South Korean television station. So most likely some South Korean television station included my video in their daily news broadcast, showed it on their TV station in South Korea, and then uploaded their daily news broadcast to YouTube to Content ID to make sure that no one re-uploaded their news broadcast. The problem is that because it had my video in it, it is just as if I had stolen 39 seconds out of their news broadcast and uploaded it. And so my video was taken down by this South Korean television news station and no longer available. Now, at the time, I happened to be online, and I noticed in my real-time analytics, which I was staring at the time, all of my views went to 0, and so, like, I reloaded my video manager, and sure enough, like, you've received a copyright claim. So I go in, and I click dispute, and whenever you dispute, like, the video becomes available again, and so fine, now my video is available again. Okay, well, so fine, that worked, like, that happened, but you know, I've got to deal with them. I'm not getting any ad revenue. I'm not doing anything else like that. But, like, at least my video is available again, right? So later that day, I, like, start getting people messaging me on Twitter and telling me, like, I'm a terrible person for taking down this other video. And I'm like, I didn't take down a video. I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I have no, you know, I don't know anything about this. And so I'm getting like messages, like people leaving comments on the Hawk versus Drum video, like people messaging me on Twitter, and all this stuff like, you know, you're such a jerk. You think you can take down this video, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And so, like, at some point, I figure out, I think someone commented and explained, and so, like, I figure out that Joe Rogan, who had a daily, like, VOD podcast at the time, had uploaded his daily episode of his podcast, and it had gotten hit by Content ID and taken down by the copyright holder. The problem is that, as I just said, the person who's making Content ID claims at this time is not me. It's SBS Contents Hub, a South Korean television news station. And so, like, I have no control over this. And so, like, once I figure out what's going on, I, like, you know, start replying to people saying, like, hey, it's not me. I'm not using Content ID to take this down. Like, it's someone else. Like, please, if you have, I tweeted at Joe, like, if you have contact information or anything else like that, please send it to me and I will, like, talk to him and try and help him, like, figure out what to do here because, like, I mean, I guess he used my video, so, like, you know, it kind of would have been nice to have something done about that, but whatever. Like, you know, I'm a friend. I'm happy to, you know, have this conversation. Yeah, so, like, I'm, like, freaking out over this because all these people are coming at me and I'm, like, trying to tell them and everything else like that. But one of the people who comes and sends me an email is like, you know, and I say death threats, and the death threats that I got in this case are pretty boring as far as death threats go, right? They're not actionable or actually made me have any fear, but the person who said, like, I should come to your house and fucking kill you for taking down Joe Rogan's podcast, which, by the way, by the time he had sent that email, had already been taken down, edited, and re-uploaded, so he could watch the freaking podcast other than the 30 seconds that was my video. But that's neither here nor there. And so, like, I should come to your house and fucking kill you. And I didn't respond to that one because, like, you know, it didn't seem like it was really going to work out. But I did reply to one other one, who was a person that he told me that I hoped I would get ass cancer and die. Well, it's kind of harsh, but okay. And so I replied and I said, like, hey, you know, I understand this is a problem. You can watch the video. I'm really sorry about that. I've reached out to Joe. It's not anything under my control. Like, this is a Content ID claim that came from someone who isn't me. And so the person who told me to get ass cancer and die said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was Content ID. So Content ID is the system so scary that even monstrous trolls on the internet apologize when faced with the risks of facing Content ID. Content ID is probably the most scary software on the internet, as far as monstrous internet trolls are concerned. The more you know. So this is what it looks like. Oh, I'm gonna fall. So, I mean, I think it looks, you know, it's not, if we swap over, like, this is the image of what it's supposed to look like. And, you know, this is me. I'd say it's not terrible. It's a look. I'll give it that. It seems like it does the job, where the job might be a thing that you're not, you know, particularly impressed by, but it's not too bad. Hat needs starch. Yes, I agree that the hat needs starch. The hat definitely is among the most you know, disappointing parts. Is that I want this to be. What I need to do is just run, like, a wire frame around the brim, and actually give it, like, a little bit of heft or something. But there we go. We got that at least. We can raise our Stein. Yeah, I do need some. I don't really like Oktoberfest, though. So, like, in theory, I need some Oktoberfest. In reality, I don't want none. So, yeah. So that is what we got. There we go. Now it's not too bad like that. There we go. I don't know what Bjornfest is. That's not a thing I'm aware of. But here we are. The CPG who dresses up in Lederhosen Oktoberfest Bavarian German beer costume cosplay clothing. So there we go. All right, so now, where we were before I started putting on costumes was that we were going to fail to drive our car. So we had taken out 3 of the restaurants, and it was time to take out the next one. Oh, my camera's not. Oh, I know why. Just a second. Why is my... There we go. Hello, Brad! You just missed my Wish unboxing. And now I'm dressed in lederhosen. Cheap Wish lederhosen with all of the aspects of cheap Wish clothing that you expect. One thing I will say is definitely that the elastic around the middle is good, but they're like too long height wise, so I'll have to get like a safety pin or something to pin them. Anyway, hello Brad, welcome. All right. Restaurant 1 broken. Restaurant 2 broken. Oops. Note to self, don't drive directly into poles. I have been taking German classes, so today I learned how to say things like Ich kann sehr gut kochen, which means that I can cook very well. Of course, that's a falsehood, so I might say Ich bin schlecht kochen, or Ich kann schlecht kochen, which means I can cook badly. One of the things we did was go around the classroom and there was like a set of activities, and it was things like playing chess or like being a photographer, and there were questions like how often do you do it, or how well do you do it. Oh no, my thing is falling off my arm because it's too loose. Just a moment. Gotta straighten myself out here. There we go. And so I said, you know, the question was like, do you Schachspielen? Schach is or Schach is the German word for chess, and Spielen is play. So kannst du Schach spielen is can you play chess? And I would say ich kann schlecht Schach spielen. I can play chess poorly. Hello, CVG Live TV. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays gameplay and driver. You are the wheelman, wearing a lederhosen cosplay outfit provided by Wish.com, the Chinese website that you know sells the website that sells Chinese shit for cheap. That's right, cop. Get out of here. You can't get me. Oh no, we got a new cop. Yeah, you can't get me either, copper. You'll never catch me. Mwahaha. But yes, as I was saying earlier, this Friday I will not be streaming. This Saturday evening I will be streaming instead. I will be streaming for the Extra Life day of streaming, along with Stingray Gaming and Soy Bomb, who will each of us be taking 4-hour shifts in order to help raise money for children's hospitals. So make sure that you subscribe and help us out for that. So there you go. I don't know if I'll be playing this or playing something else. Might also have some more costumes to put on. I bought a Batman and a Spider-Man and some other things as well.
And get the hardware out of there before the cops get their noses in.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so I ordered a Batman, a Spider-Man, a ninja, and a pirate, and only this. Yeah, well, that was the plan. You were gonna do 12 Stingray, so I was gonna do 4, and I was gonna do 8. That's fine with me if that works for you. I was gonna send you an email after the stream tonight and ask what we wanted to do. Oh, where am I going? I don't know this place very well, so okay, I want to go north. Definitely if I wear this as like a real costume out of the house, I will need to like wear a white t-shirt underneath it because it's pretty see-through top. Yep, sounds good. Yeah. I had been trying to figure it out. I was not sure whether I wanted to do 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. But my sleep schedule has been all kinds of fucked up for the past little while, so while I normally am like a huge fan of doing things early in the morning, I don't want to risk like getting screwed up on that front. So I think 8 p.m. sounds great. Oh god. Unsafe at any speed. That's me. I think I'm getting some like drugs out of the way or something. Yeah, we gotta go back out on this island, so let's do that. So right now the cops have no reason to distrust me, so we'll drive slowly as we drive past the cop and make our way out onto the island. Ah! Oops. Okay, that did not go super great, but it's fine. Uh-oh, cop! Oopsie. Note to self, don't drive directly into a wall just because you're distracted by the cops. Yeah, so the problem with like driving full speed and having the cops catch you is that then the cops are onto you. And having the cops on you is super annoying. Oh shit. Like, now this cop, well, I think he doesn't know, he can't actually path through these warehouses, I think, so he's gonna lose me a little bit, but he's gonna come after me in a little bit, and he's gonna ram me, and it's gonna totally fuck me up. I'm probably gonna find out I'm gonna get to the spot, it's gonna be like, lose the tail. I'm gonna have like 12 seconds to do it in a big open space with no objects that can slow him down. Okay. Look. Concrete wall, running into concrete walls at high speed is just part of the game, alright? Let's not think too highly of ourselves here. Wow, this whole outfit just like stinks of like cheap polyester. I don't know that I have smelled polyester before, but I don't think I've ever smelled this much polyester smell. Alright. Let's get out of here, copper. Wow! Why did I mean, I know why, but I wasn't trying to do that, is what I was gonna say. Shit! Car. Alright, we're good. Shit. Alright, so now, so long as I don't ever touch another police car in the entire rest of my drive back to where I need to go, this should work perfectly. Like, should be no problems whatsoever. Hey, at least I lost them, so that's cool. Costume should smell like beer. Yeah, I'd have to spill a lot more beer on it for that, I think. Oh no! That's not fair. Like... Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. So these really long straightaways with no path out are really frustrating because you can't actually do a lot to avoid them. Alright, so I guess I was starting over from the beginning here. That's fine. It's probably for the best. Alright, I want to go north. I'm going north. Cool. Let's do it. Do it to it. So yeah, if you drive like perfectly reasonably, as long as you don't have a like felony level, the cops will leave you alone. As long as you don't break any laws while they see you, which is kind of cool. Like, it's not like they just automatically see you and you're then like in trouble. It actually is attempting to emulate like, oh, this person is doing something wrong, we have to stop them. Now at this point, I've already had like 4 run-ins with the cops in this car, so I would expect that my car would be in some kind of like, you know, arrest this person database at this point, but, you know, we'll give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. But yeah, so your ideal state is that you don't drive or do anything illegal when the cops can see you. I'm speeding all the time, but I've slowed down several times when cops are about to see me. So you can see, like, there's a cop in front of me, and if I just stay back here and, like, don't get in range of him, like, driving too fast, then he'll just keep on keeping on. And because it's a PS1 game, there's actually no force feedback, so the only way that you can keep a low speed is to keep tapping the button. I don't know. Aren't they, like, there's like Gar and Awesome and Jake Peter and a couple other things like that. We still have like thousands of them because Twitch chat is not a thing to be emulated in a positive manner. Unfortunately though, like, I can't pass this cop without breaking a law. I think. I need to like get past him quickly. Cool. I guess he didn't feel like that running into a car was illegal or driving over the median was illegal or any of those other things were illegal, which is great for me. I like that. Are they unlisted? I think they're all in the emoji picker. I don't know, that's like an IOPRED question. Alright. So we've got, unfortunately now, when we picked up whatever we just picked up, we get a tiny bit of felony, which means that as soon as the cops see me, they're gonna chase me. So that makes it harder. Like the thing that I just did where I pulled past the cop, that won't work again. Yeah, like, so I guess the statement is not that you can't do anything illegal, but that you can't do anything illegal, which the game is programmed to know is illegal. Shit, that's not a way out. Okay, well at least I don't appear to have, like, a countdown timer going on here, so maybe this is fine. Oh, really? There's no red, blue, whatevers? There's no Jake Peter? I felt like that people discover these things somehow, right? Or is it just by, like, we tell them? I don't know. I don't know. I don't work for YouTube, man. I don't know shit. Alright, that cop had a very small radius of detecting me, so I got away from him before he saw me. Excellent. Yeah, I thought that the global emoji I had seen in the chat picker. Oh shit. Yeah, we don't need to pull past this cop at 70 miles an hour. Hello, Urban. Welcome, welcome. I like that. And the cop can't tell if this is a 2-lane road or a 1-lane road. He was like pulling into the, oh, I don't have any felony anymore. So now I should be able to just kind of like slowly, oh, shit. All right, never mind. Crossing the double yellow was apparently not going to get work. I should have just kept driving slow. This is what I get for trying to sneak past him. Yes, I ran a red light. That's clearly the most significant problem that we've got going on here. The cars I've run into, the cop cars I've smushed, the people I've run over, those aren't really problems. They're pretty minor in the big scheme of things, but I ran a red light, and we know that in the land of driver, you are the wheelman. Suspect has run a red is one of the most critical failures. It will absolutely destroy you. I used to think that they said, like, suspect has run away. And I was like, well, no shit, I've run away. Like, I'm a suspect. Like, what else would I do? But then I realized that they had said run a red. I lost the tail. Perfect.
Baby, listen to me. Why don't you come into the office? Come on, baby. Maybe I got a little something for you.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
I've got something for you.
Ha! That's
Now
what you get for
back off.
disrespecting
Whoa,
women.
Jesse, stay loose, kitten.
You know what this is, don't you?
Give me the piece, baby.
They are
Back off
definitely
or
as cheap as they
don't
look,
you
Brad.
Go making this worse. This ain't what I wanted.
Baby, give me the piece.
They are absolutely see-through.
You got what's yours, baby.
Alright, she shot him. Which is good. You apparently missed the entire Wish-based unboxing. It is an immersion course, but not that kind of immersion. Alright, I gotta race it looks like I've gotta race the monorail. What? Why am I not? Oh, there we go. I had Alt-Tab somehow. Yes, I did a Wish unboxing. What? I didn't lose my target. Hush your mouth. Okay, I lost my target because I had somehow Alt-Tabbed, but whatever. I'm considering wearing it on Wednesday. It's gonna be my Halloween costume. I've got class on Wednesday. Oh shit. That's a bad sign. Got cops on me. Yeah! Ah! It's fine. Shit. Okay, not fine. Yes, I did a Wish unboxing, unbagging, whatever. I took my Wish package out of its box. I evaluated its quality. I determined that its quality is shit, but that for $16 it's not bad. I lost my target. I can see my target on the goddamn map. I am German. That is correct. I mean, I have worn, like, lederhosen not just as a costume, but, like, as a real, like, it's a heritage. Part of the reason that I bought it is because, like, yes, it's cheap, like, not real lederhosen. It's a costume, like, it's not real, and I get that. And I can understand how people be like, come on, like, if you're gonna do this, do it for real. But, like, the reason I picked out lederhosen is because, like, it's a thing that I wore as a kid. It's a thing that I, like, can celebrate in part my heritage with. Now, is this the thing that I think is the most representative of my heritage? No, Germans would never make something so cheap. Like, don't be ridiculous. But it is definitely something where I feel like this is what I grew up with. This is something that I'm you know, have memories of as a kid, etc., etc. And I think it's also worth noting that I think it's less of a caricature of, like, the mustache and sombrero. Like, this is oh god, like, lederhosen are a common costume-y thing for Oktoberfest celebrations. So. I don't have any pictures online. I have pictures at home, so next time I go to my parents' house, which is probably going to be for, like, Easter next year, I will get some pictures of me in real lederhosen. I think there's even video of me in real lederhosen. I think that it's on the, like, I actually have a, my dad for my 21st birthday put together, like, a video project of all kinds of video of me. Like a DVD, like an hour-long DVD of video of me when I was growing up. Everything from when I was 2 to you know, 18 or whatever. And I need to see if I can get a copy of that from him. I used to have a copy, but it broke one of the times we moved, so I don't currently have a copy, but I mean to try and get that. And I think that that has video of me in lederhosen. So yeah, I think that the sombrero and mustache thing isn't a 100% like fair comparison because like lederhosen are in part worn as part of the like Oktoberfest, you know, heritage-y celebrations even in Germany, or like special like, you know, holiday occasions. I wore them for Dank, which is the German American national something or other meetings that we used to go to. Like it's not cheap like shit like this, which I understand, but you know. Oh, did I do it? I did it. Yeah, and I am going to go with the fact that I can't appropriate my own culture.
You got a real bad attitude. That ain't helping any.
I wanna see my lawyer.
You don't get it, do you? We don't want you. We just want to know.
I don't care about the story. I just want to drive, damn it. Let's do it. Oh, I'm in a different town now. I've successfully gotten to San Francisco, I think. I guess I probably would have figured that out had I actually paid attention to the story, but it sounds hard. Get out of here, copper. Leave me alone. Ah! Ah! Uh-oh. I'm in Chinatown. Heading on down to Chinatown. There we go. Round the corner. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm in San Francisco now. And helping with a new bank job. Go, go, go! I'm on my way. On my own, here we go. Up. But yeah, so, for those of you who have not been here earlier this evening, just so you know, I will not be streaming this Friday. Usually I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever I feel like every Friday at 9:15. But this Friday I will not be playing at 9:15. Instead, I will be playing Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be streaming for about 4 hours, doing some streams for Extra Life, a charity event to help support the Boston Children's Hospital. I'll be streaming along with Soybomb and Stingray Gaming, who will both be streaming that day as well, in order to support the Children's Network of Hospitals. I realize that I'm just, like, at this point asking for money every time I stream, but you know, I'm still trying to run my my $1,000 matching donations to Lambda Legal, which is an LGBT rights legal support organization. But Extra Life Day of Streaming is a tradition that I've participated in a bunch of years, and I'm looking forward to participating in it again. I will not be streaming for 24 hours like I have in the past. It was actually the very first time that I streamed on a schedule, and is actually an experience that led to me continuing to stream regularly, was doing the Extra Life Day of Streaming back in 2015. It was the first time I had kind of planned ahead and so on and so forth. Nope, no premiere replacement on Friday. No, because the entire idea of Friday is to get you to hold up your hype and excitement and come see me on Saturday. It is When You Met Me, yep. It's when you met me, and it's when Brad met me, and it's when Soybomb met me, yeah, so it was definitely a fun experience. It mattered a lot to me, and is the reason that I've streamed for the past several years, is because of that. So I am happy to be participating again this year. No, I think other than the fact that you think I am a damaging influence on the entirety of minorities as a result of my political commentary, there hasn't been much negative in my life that has come as a result of knowing Jose. And that's my problem, not yours. I don't want to come back later, I want to come back now. Right here. Come on. Let's go. I mean, you can join our team, Leif. We're just doing the, like, I will check, but I'm pretty sure that we won't mind having more folks on our team. Stingray and Soybob and I are just going to set up something where we do back-to-back-to-back because none of us are going to do, like, 12 or 24 hours. Yeah, but sounding like the Unabomber... Well, the difference is that I don't think sounding like the Unabomber is a problem. Like, I think some people have a problem with it, but I don't. I think that people should be able to sound like the Unabomber to themselves if that's what they want to do. I'm gonna lose the tail, maybe. Somehow. Ugh! Okay, my car has a lot of damage, and this is bad. Uh-oh, new cop. New cop, run into old cop. Alright. Old cop got stuck. Yes. Alright, let's look at my map. Oh man, okay. So I want to make the next right. Let's go. You know... Prop 420, I think that, like, at the point where you're looking at bombing, people who've sent bombs, like, saying they were a pretty okay guy, they just went a little bit too far. I think you should maybe dial that rhetoric back a little bit. Oh, fuck you, buddy! Oh, no! No! Fuck. God damn it. It does have an up. Yeah, no, when I drove through the Chinatown area, we drove up a hill and then back down it. Like, it was hard for me to tell if you're joking or not, but I think, it's definitely, you know, it's like the type of joke that it doesn't carry well. Alright, let's go rob a bank. Well, drive with the guys who... How exactly did these guys who robbed the bank get there? Like, why do they have a ride away, need a ride away, but they don't need one to... Yeah, so here's the down part, by the way. Driving through the gate here. Oh, God. Look, I wasn't doing anything wrong until I ran into you. Well, I think actually even more important than that, Jeff, is actually, like, one of the problems that I've been seeing people kind of talk about recently is that, like, the joking, sarcastic comments that kind of normalize that type of humor are actually a problem in and of themselves. You know, it's kind of been pointed out that, like, Michael Scott and, like, Cartman on South Park have both kind of normalized this idea that it's okay to have people make, like, sexist and bigoted jokes. And then, oh, it's just jokes, and look, like, Michael Scott's still a good person, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, I rewatched, like, The Office, and I know Michael Scott is supposed to be this, like, you know, this, you know, try-hard, whatever, who is just, like, a good guy, but just goes way too far, and the entire Office knows it. But, like, rewatching it, like, some of the, like, super racist, like, cultural tropes around, like, Ping and, like, his comments on women and other things like that, it's like, you know, I realize that he's not meant to... God damn it, same spot. He's not meant to be, like, a person to emulate. It's supposed to be clear that you can, like, not emulate him, but it is still the case that, like, you look at it and you have to question, like, is this kind of joke okay? Because now people think they can make jokes like that, and everyone will just kind of like roll their eyes and it'll be fine. And it's not fine. Like, it's not fine to make racist jokes like that. It's not fine to make, and I am no more perfect or unflawed than anyone else in the world. Like, this is a thing that I've had to learn and need to do better at, is like, no, you can't say that. Like, you can't say that, and you shouldn't say that even as a joke. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, I have to go in there. Okay, where do I get in there? Fuck! Yeah, okay. It's fair for Prop 412. I don't know, I've just been thinking about that a little bit in the context of some of these things. It's like, you know, some of these comments has helped kind of like normalize the idea of having these kind of jokes out there, and then the jokes that are initially ironic or satirical or whatever just like keep getting transformed by the worst of all people, because everything is transformed by the worst of all people, and your entire audience is like a terrible set of people, like, because this terrible set of people always latch on to anything. Like, I still remember, like, back in, I don't know, like April of 2017, which was like still kind of early in the Trump era, like, I made a CPG rant that was like, oh, we should be more, like, compassionate towards people, or, I don't know, something along those lines. And like, it totally failed. And, like, we should be empathetic. Like, not everyone who did XYZ is necessarily, like, ZXY or whatever. And looking back, it's like, you know, the worst people all found that post and are, like, liking it. And then, of course, I made my, like, Nazis are bad video, and the worst people find that, too, because, like, no matter what I think my audience is, like, there's always this terrible audience around me that can find my shit, even when it's not, like, part of my core audience. And so, like, if you're a white supremacist Nazi sympathizer, you're like, oh, look, like, this guy thinks it's okay to be like that. And I'm like, no, that wasn't my point. My point is that, like, we should be okay with the idea that, you know, not every conservative is willing to give up and do everything they can to support, you know, Democrats in the 2018 primaries or whatever. Like there are things that I will not expect everyone to be able to do overnight. I'm not saying, like, oh, it should be okay for you to continue to make your stupid, like, racist Pepe memes. Like, that's not the thing I'm saying. So, Alex Caught Fire, am always fucking up. That is just the way it goes. Hello and welcome. So that's like a thing that, you know, and it's actually one of the components of what got me in trouble at work, is that, like, they're like, well, you didn't disclaim sufficiently that, like, you work at Google and these opinions are your own and not those of your employer. And, like, yeah, we know only 107 people watched this video and 14 of them was Google's HR department, but, you know, someone else could have seen the video, and they're not wrong. I mean, I disagree with them in, like, the net harm in some of the cases where it came up, but, like, they're not totally incorrect that other people could have seen the video that I didn't intend to. So, hello, Matus. Welcome. Okay, so I think I need to go in here. What? How did you see me? Ah, okay, I don't have to go in here. Fuck! 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 I'm in trouble. No, 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 no! Okay, cool. I lost the cop by having him smash his car into me. Now if I can just make it to where I need to go without destroying my car. Okay, here we go. Nope. How do I freaking get in here? I don't know where the entrance to this thing is. Okay, so do I have to go in on this side and then drive left all the way around? Maybe? I assume it's a patent, not a trademark, and I don't know anything about it. There we go.
Listen, I don't know how, Dink, but they know. Maybe they looking for me. As soon as I take care of business, I'm gonna haul my beautiful ass out of here. You know what I say? Hey, be cool, man, okay? Listen, just buzz me if you get a line on this thing, okay, man?
You know Rudy?
Man, I don't know no Rudy. Oh, that Rudy. Sure, I know Rudy. He's my main man. Lay a little more of that green stuff on me, man, and I will sing you any song that you like.
You know the Gold Rush Hotel mojo?
I don't know any of this. I'm not trying to grow a mustache. I just haven't shaved. It's been a long weekend. Yesterday I went to, I'm gonna save for the first time all night just in case. I still love the memory cards of yore where you have 15 slots and 15 slots only to save into. No, I haven't shaved. This weekend I went to a can't think. Oh yeah, so I went to the
You have 3 new messages.
Oh, I have 3 messages? I don't care about that right now. So there was a rally for transgender rights in Massachusetts. We are currently working on, well, depending on how you look at it, we're either working on passing or not, like revoking or not revoking transgender rights. So it's one of the ballot questions we have coming up. And so yes on 3 is what everybody should vote in order to continue to protect transgender people in public spaces. So there was a rally around that. And then on after that, there was, or like during that, there was a vigil for the shootings in Philadelphia. On Saturday, I went canvassing with Upgrade Cambridge, our municipal broadband effort, which was super effective. It turns out that canvassing at 11 a.m. on a Saturday when it is pouring rain gets a lot of people being very sympathetic for you. So we got good good signatures. Yeah. No, traps is kind of a disrespectful term, Prof. I don't know if that's what you meant to type, but don't. But yeah, so trans people are just people. But there's a whole basically right-wing plot to, eliminate others from public space. It's part of the whole white supremacy, male-dominated toxic masculinity culture. And so in 2016, Massachusetts passed a law that protects trans people's ability to exist in public spaces. So you can't be kicked out of a restaurant for being trans. You can't be, it basically makes gender identity treated as discrimination if you're kicked out based on gender identity, the same as sex or race or anything else like that. So you can't just kick a black person out of a restaurant for being black. You can't just pick a trans person out of a restaurant for being trans. And that's a thing that, in Massachusetts, we passed a law about. Unfortunately, getting something on the ballot is very easy, and as is the case in many communities across the country, they are trying to push this law back out of existence. So we passed a law in 2016, and now on the ballot we have to re-say, yes, we would like this law to exist. And so that's what I've been canvassing for and working with primarily for the past, whatever. I've donated hundreds of dollars to them, and I have done canvassing with them, and I'm going to get out the vote on Monday and Tuesday with them probably. So, yeah, Alex, I mean, this particular space is one that I am more well-versed in because of advocacy, and I wouldn't have known that term before either. But yeah, so there's like, and this is part of the like there's an overall myth that like, oh, trans women are trying to trap men into like having sex with them and like convincing them, like it's a toxic thing. You don't have to worry too much about it, but it's like a toxic term. That's why it's on the ballot, and it's my biggest thing that I've been kind of pushing on. And it's scary. It's scary because I have friends who are trans and non-binary and identify in different ways in my local community, and like forget about like not being able to use the bathroom. Like think about being like told, like, you know, in the same way as like coloreds use rear entrance, that like you're trans, you're not allowed to be here. Like at some point that becomes harassment, even if it's not explicit. And so well, part of this is I need to self-educate. I'm doing the thing again. Hold on. I forgot that eating Airheads, like I chew with my mouth wide open and it's super gross. Sorry about that. Yeah, so traps isn't a good term. Trans people, trans women, trans men is the term you want to use. Hello, James. Hello, Narcost. Hello, Nex. I fixed it, Brett. I noticed. I stopped. I'm sorry. You were right. And so... yeah, so that's what I've been canvassing for in Massachusetts. It's the biggest thing on the ballot that I'm concerned about, and really want to get fixed is make sure that we protect transgender people in the state of Massachusetts. They're currently legally protected, but if this ballot measure fails, then they won't be anymore, and that's scary. In part, it's scary because you have to vote yes to keep the law the same, which is stupid. Like, hey, we would like to like change the law, and if you want to not change the law, you have to vote yes. That sucks. And so yeah. Thanks, Narbomb. I should not be a chewing streamer. Hello, Koala Walla Walla. Hello, Iron Titan. Hello, everybody else. Welcome to the stream. We are gonna go back to playing a game now as I chat. We are playing a game called Driver. You Are The Wheelman. This is a excuse me, a driving. It's kind of like an early-ish GTA game. No running around outside the car, but it's got the driving components. You're a wheelman for the mob, working undercover, and yeah. So yeah, so that's been a huge thing for me, and it's been very stressful because like if this doesn't work out for us, you know, it's just there's so much risk of harm to people that I care strongly about. And more importantly, Massachusetts is really one of these bellwethers, right? If in Massachusetts we don't succeed in continuing to protect trans people, I'm really worried what's going to happen in the rest of the country. It will mean that we've got more, like they will try and pass more of these laws. They will try and, you know, remove more rights. They will try and remove more protections. Because Massachusetts is seen as this like hugely liberal state, and if we can't keep it here, then they'll just see that as like free reign to do anything, anywhere. And the reverse is true too. If we manage to keep this law on the books, if we manage to say yes, like trans people are people too, then that will be something that you know is going to matter across the rest of the country. Fuck. All right. We're out of here. Leave behind the cops. You'll never catch me, copper! Yeah, so like voting yes means like in this case voting yes is kind of good, except for the whole thing is like, oh, should we, like normally you think yes is changing things, and it is definitely not the case here that yes is changing things. So like my goal is change nothing, like keep the laws in place as they are, don't change the law, and I have to vote yes, which is like that's not what I want, but I do want more rights for people, and more rights is yes in this case, so. Oh god. Nice. The two cops ran into each other. Here's a big hill, because I'm driving around San Francisco here in Driver. I'll just fly right over that guy. Looking good, looking good. Alright, let's make this a right turn. I don't know what's going on here, but I probably would if I like paid any attention to story, but not a high. Oh god! Okay. It's fine. It's fine. My car has almost 100% damage, but it's fine. I did jump over that car. Yes. Look. I dominated myself. That's really like the point here. So yeah. I like, and also this is not anyway. So Narcos, do you like my Halloween getup? My later hosen from Wish.com, the high quality cosplay store. Running marathons in the flood. There you go. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. Just keep going. I do like that when I go over a hill, my headlights just stay pinned to the ground as if my car didn't move. So they do a pretty good job of like, I flew over another car. Like I do have like a height to my bounding box, but the headlights are not able to be placed in the air. They are very clearly projected on the ground in front of where the front of my car is, and that's all there is to it. Alright, let's go this way. Take care! Alex caught fire. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Fuck. Okay, well, I guess driving any faster than the cops is gonna get me, then I'm just gonna get got. That's all there is to it. I mean, what would you do if your town was flooding? I don't know that that would change much. Like, if I'm not under evacuation or something, I don't know what I'd do. I can't, like, make the town stop flooding. Haha! Nice. Yeah, so that's one of the tricks to get the cops off you, is if you drive really close to other cars, then they will sometimes hit the cops for you, and slow them down. In that case, unfortunately, it did not work out so well for me. Ah! Leave me alone! Alright. I got no more cops on me. Great. Vote yes for no more flooding. That's right. Shit! Another cop. Damn it. I'm in San Francisco. Yes, Matus. Yep, I was in Miami before, and now I'm in San Francisco. Thankfully, running into cars loudly is not enough to cause the cops to come out after you, so... Okay, I just need to squeeze through here. Excuse me, excuse me! Need to go fast. Like Sonic. Thanks, appreciate it. So Matthias, several times now going downhill, I have flown over other cars, either downhill or like over the tops of hills. So I think that part is actually working. Now, not every part of the city is like that, which is also true of San Francisco. San Francisco is a giant grid just laid flat over a city. So there are some parts that have hills, but there are some parts that don't. Like if you go and look at, Golden Gate Park, like Golden Gate Park is pretty flat. If you look at the area around, oh God, what's the place that I got yelled at by the National Parks people? Down by Golden Gate Bridge, the Presidio. Like if you look at the Presidio, like, yeah, it's got mountainy areas, but it's also got a bunch of flat, or hilly areas, whatever. Well, so, if you're doing the thing that you should be doing, then you are supposed to be curbing your wheels, right? So you turn your wheels into the curb. So if you're like parked with a curb on the right, you turn them left, so that if your car, like your parking brake were to suddenly fail, that the idea is that you would, the idea is that oh shit. The car would just roll into the curb and then stop. So... Yes, I got yelled at by the park people. It was shortly after the National Park Service had instituted their rules against drones. And so I had already been flying my drone, but as I was walking away, because my batteries were dead, a park ranger like saw me and basically said like, so I just got to tell you that if I see you flying that thing, I'm going to have to kick you out of here. And I was like, okay. Luckily I was leaving anyway, I was just carrying it, but he made it very clear that it was a verboten thing to do. Yeah, so you can see my car is kind of flying down the hills here, Matus, which I think is, again, I feel like that's San Francisco consistent. Oh god, damn it. Didn't mean to run into that building. I mean, when facing up on a hill, you just... I don't know. I can't do the brainy part right now, but I would think if your front is facing up on a hill, then I would think you would turn your wheels to the left, and then your car would roll back into it. And if you're facing down a hill, you want to turn them to the right, because that's what's going to be... Hey, I had a green, and that guy was just, like, driving through the intersection. Like, what's up with that? Yeah, you turn outwards. You just think of like what would happen if my car were to roll, and then you do the opposite. The funny thing is that like how inconsistent that enforcement has been. Like I went out to the Boston Harbor Islands and like the ranger like watched me flying my drone and clearly like wanted to say something, but just kind of stood there and watched me and then didn't, and then when I finished like walked away. So, you know, these days I think it's more consistent. They've put more time and effort into like posting signs and everything else like that. But at the time, for the first like year they had the policy in place, it was so inconsistent. Woo! Flying up the hill. Fuck! Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna go try a different mission. It's Hawks versus drones out here. Oh, I guess it's good I saved my game. I had not meant to do what I did. So I know there's like multiple missions I can choose from at this point, I think, so. Right.
You have 3.
Yeah.
Come see me down Fisherman's Wharf.
Okay, let's go to Fisherman's Wharf. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't really care. Let's do it. So I'll probably do a couple more missions and then call it an evening. Oh, if you're still around, we'll open the other wish package I got. We'll open at the end of the stream, so you can have that to look forward to. Yeah, so I've only got one Halloween costume, but the other order that I made is still here, which was not a Halloween costume. But it's best to let all the children go to sleep before we open that one, so. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Everybody registered to vote? Everybody vote yet? Anybody vote yet? I haven't voted yet. I need to vote soon. Probably gonna vote. What? Oh, I did something wrong? I guess maybe I have to go and listen to the actual mission I'm supposed to do. Oh, should have watched that. Oh, I think I have to not have the cops on me. Voted almost 2 weeks ago. Good job. Good job. Go make the drop. Senator Bismarcky is not up for election. I did see him on Sunday. Thought of you. I saw Senator Bismarcky at the Yes on 3 rally for transgender rights. And I saw Mayor Marty Walsh, the mayor of Boston. No Senator Elizabeth Warren, but Warren is up for re-election. The asshole running against her, whose platform is elect a real Indian instead of a fake Indian, is actually going to be speaking outside my office tomorrow at a political rally. So I got that going for me, which is terrible. So Shiva is a terrible human being running as an independent in the race. Will get effectively no votes. He claims to have been the inventor of email, and he tries to charge people a patent licensing fee for it. It turns out that he just like wrote something that wasn't email, but used this its acronym was email, and so he like tries to be like, I invented email, and it's like, yeah, except what you actually invented was like a command, like a GUI program long after email already existed, and you're just a terrible person. And so there was like a lawsuit against him for this, he has a bus, like he owns a property in East Cambridge, and he's got a bus that he has draped a sign over that's got this, you know, racist, elect a real Indian instead of a fake Indian, sign on. And he got sued by this, like, somebody, like the city. Oh, he was suing the city of Cambridge. He was suing the city of Cambridge because they told him he had to take his sign down because it was, like, in violation of some city code. Of course, in the lawsuit, he's like, I invented email. It's like, how is this relevant? Good job. I did it.
Wow. Maybe I need to...
yeah, I don't actually have, there is no option for me for House. Literally, Ayanna Presley. Now, granted, I'm voting, like, I get to vote for Ayanna Presley, which is cool, because I'm sad about Capuano losing, because he was, like, one of the most effective people, one of the most progressive people in the House, and he has like 25 years of favors to call in for people, So a lot of people who are like politically active in the scene are kind of very disappointed about losing Cap.
Oh my God!
Oh, scare him?
Tell me what you want! What do you want? What? Tell me what you want! What? All right. I understand. Tell me what you want! What? Oh my God! Tell me what you want! What? Oh my God! All right. I understand. What? All right. I understand. Wow! What? Wow!
You got what I need. Hey, look, it's that triangle building in San Francisco. Okay, how are you not freaking out more, buddy? Oh, okay, that'll work. Damage the car.
Alright, I understand.
Nope, not enough. God damn it. That's what I got for spending too much time. Nope, IBM purchasing Red Hat gives me no feelings. But yeah, so Ayanna Pressley is my House candidate. I basically have no meaningful votes. The only vote that might possibly, but probably doesn't have any meaning, is the vote for governor. Unfortunately, our Republican governor has like a 53% approval rating among Democrats for reasons that are completely incomprehensible to me, because he does absolutely nothing good for the state. He's allowed our public transit system to fall into complete disrepair. He is like a Trump. He's not a Trump supporter, but he's still like a Republican, and he endorsed Trump's like party chairman in Massachusetts running against Senator Warren. So he's like clearly not a good guy. Unfortunately, because he has such strong support even among Democrats, it is very unlikely that he won't win. He's likely to get, he's got like a 38-point lead in the polls, so it seems extremely unlikely to me that he'll lose, unfortunately. So yes, I agree, Matus. Yeah, the Transamerica period. I think it was supposed to be like the Transamerica period. Transamerica pyramid. I agree it was way too small to be realistic. Okay, so what can I do to freak this guy out?
What do you want?
What do I want? I want you to be freaked out.
Alright, I understand. What do you want? Oh my God! Tell me what you want! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, so I did spinning in a circle.
Tell me what you want! What do you
Like, doing near misses on cars doesn't seem like it's doing it. Alright, direct hits on cars, maybe? More jumps, yeah. Like, literally, I'm just, like, smashing headlong into cars.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, so smashing into cars from behind, not working. Doing a 180, high speed, not working. Look how close he is. He's pretty freaked out, alright? Come on. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Oh God, oh God. It's very relaxing. Like, I'm 9 seconds in and he's already at half freaked. Oh, look at that! Smashing headlong into a tree. Good approach. I think there's just not cars other than AMC Gremlins is the answer. Yes! Cool. Okay. Smashing headlong into tree. Success. I've never heard this song and do not expect to hear it tonight. No.
Listen, Cozy's just a few blocks away from your place. You gotta get him quick before the cops do.
Alright, kill a guy. Doing it. So yes, my wish orders all shipped 13 plus, like 12 to 13 days ago, and unfortunately they have not made it here yet. So that's kind of what you expect. You know, going through customs and China and everything else like that takes a while, because you know these things are all shipped minimum prices. These are not being shipped second day air via FedEx. These are being shipped from whoever, whenever. Yeah, unfortunately, taking the slow boat from China is where most of these packages are. Alright, I got him.
Get us there on time, pal!
Get to the chopper! Is that a thing? I know it's a World of Warcraft thing. I don't know if it was a something else thing before that. Order a Thanksgiving outfit now. I don't think there's gonna be a Thanksgiving outfit. I don't think that's a thing. It's gonna happen. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Okay, trouble. Right here in River City. Gotcha. Okay. So get to the chopper is a thing. Yeah, I also ordered some colored lenses from Newegg, which is they're also gonna take a while to get here, but they were cheap, so I didn't care. But yeah, so I was watching a video from 8-Bit Guy who was showing how you can how people took color photos before color cameras were a thing by using filters. So I bought red, blue, and green filters, and I'm gonna take just pictures using the monochrome mode on my camera and blend them together and see what kind of pictures I get out. Just as another way to demonstrate that. He did it in his video, but I just want to show how it works with a real. He did it with a cheap security camera, but I want to do it with a SLR and see what the results I get out of it look like. So it's one of the projects I want to do. Basically, at this point, all of my projects are kind of on hold until after the election. So on Thursday, I'm speaking at the my local Cambridgeport Neighborhood Association meeting about Upgrade Cambridge. I'm going to be taking Monday and Tuesday off next week to trying to get out the vote efforts, either phone calls or canvassing or something like that. I've got Saturday, I'm doing work with the DSA on implementing an online voting system for our chapter. On Sunday, there's another DSA meetup, and I will probably try and do some other work as well, so. Get to the chopper! Is this like Hocus Pocus? It sounds like a Hocus Pocus thing. Anyway, did my parents keep me in a basement growing up? I mean, it was the place where the game machines were, so I kind of kept myself there. We had a pool table. We had yeah, the pool table, the NES, the Sega Genesis, the PlayStation. They were all in the basement. I do like the cops were sitting right there and had no problem. We're like, just go get on the helicopter. It's fine.
Mr. Tanner, I got your little friend Mojo here. Say hello to Mr. Tanner.
They bluffing, Tanner. They bluffing, man.
No, he ain't bluffing. More to the point, no. Chester ain't bluffing, and he's the one with the meaner gun. We want 10,000 greenbacks, or you ain't never gonna hear what Mojo made such a stink about finding.
Yeah. You want money. I get it. I don't know why or care, because it's all story that I'm not paying attention to. The Mercy Mission. If I had $8,100, I would not spend it on an IBM 5100. Or $8,000, I can't. If I had $8,000, I would not spend it on IBM 5100. Then again, I don't know what I would spend it on. Like, it's kind of a silly statement. I have $8,000. Like, I'm spending it on bills. Spending it on bills and paying down the student loan debt for the various people in my household who have student loans. And I'm spending it on, you know, investing in political causes and using it to match donations and doing all kinds of things with it. Like, I know what I would do with $8,000. Like, it's the same things I already do. I just wouldn't spend it on, like, old computer-y things, because it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Oh, come on! I'm like literally at the corner. The Mercy mission. Ah! It's fine. It's fine. I just did a little bit of running into people. It's not a problem. Sorry, officer. I didn't realize that you're not supposed to drive into people. Lying! Yes, I have run a red. It's true. I ran a red again. It's true. How did you get here so much faster than me? Alright, whatever. Oh. I did it! Apparently the fact that the cops are all over me does not bother them. Triangle debris, yeah, baby. Got those polygons, man. Those triangular polygons. It's all we got here. Alright, let's do it. I'm the wheelman, and I'm gonna do whatever these people tell me to do. Oh god. Okay. My car's a little bit destroyed. That's fine. Oh, cop. Trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, nice job running into a wall, cop. Gonna escape you a bit here. Good. Ugh, these cops apparently can, like, drive faster than me. They couldn't do that in the other towns. Uh-oh. Oncoming car. Oh, nice job. You missed. Oh, God. Lost my other hubcap there, but it's fine. Shoot. Ah! My car's kind of spinny. I don't think that the necessity defense is a very effective one. Oh, come on, come on, come on! Yes! Oh, I really hope that I don't have to do another mission in this busted up car. Because if so, I'm in big trouble. Hello, gaming lawyer. Oh dear, I'm in trouble. Cross your fingers, otherwise we're in trouble. God damn it. Ah, shit. Yeah, gaming lawyer, I bought it from wish.com, the high-quality site for Chinese wares. Came all the way from Shenzhen, China. Oh no! Fuck! I may have fucked myself. I haven't even saved, like, for the past 3 or 4 missions. God damn it. I really don't like this aspect of it. Like, you get stuck in a place where your car is pretty badly damaged, and, like, it's a multi-part mission, and so it doesn't send you back out, and there's no way to exit just out of the, like, the mission that you've done and go back and save again. They expect you're basically going to save after every mission, and so you get stuck in this weird place where, like, now if I take any damage, it's mission over, but I can't go back out and, like, retry this set of 3 missions, which is shitty. Hey, look, there's that triangle building again. Which I think is, yes, supposed to be the triangle building in San Francisco. But yes, this is the first costume to arrive from my wish.com order that I did several weeks ago. We are not in a simulation. That is false. Das ist falsch is what you would say in German. But I don't know how to say any of the other words that I would need to say. I don't think a Christian rabbi is a thing. Pence was in Boston today, and a preacher like recited the Bible at him, so they escorted him out of the building. I'm sure that Wish has automatically generated a machine-generated review for me. Ah, it turns out that Pence only loves the Bible when he gets to quote it for his own needs and not anyone else quoting it to him. Do you really think that an NPC would say, Das ist falsch? Because that doesn't really seem like something they would say. Damn it. Oh, I know, gaming lawyer. Like, it's all about the optics, though, right? It's one of those cases where, like, it looks bad for Pence, even though it's a reasonable choice. I think that it makes Pence look bad, even if he did exactly what anyone else would have done in those circumstances. Like, that's my opinion. So what is this building? It doesn't, it looks like it's probably some real building in San Francisco. It has doesn't look like all these other kind of generic ones. Oh, no, I guess they all look the same. Never mind. They've all got these arches on them. Well, I don't think, like, Christianity doesn't have rabbis. Like, rabbi isn't a word that you would use to describe a Christian preacher. Yeah, I'll leave a review on Wish. This piece of clothing is cheap synthetic crap. If what you're looking for is cheap synthetic crap, it's about what you'd expect. Oh no! I'm going up a hill! Oh shit! Oh no! I mean, they're not... Are they... I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. Messianic Jews are a new concept to me. I'm sure Jess would know all about them. And she'd be like, how can you not know this? And I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I don't know Jewish things. I keep being surprised that people I know are Jewish. She's like, how could you not know he was Jewish? Didn't you know the name that Avi was like a Jewish name? And I'm like, I don't... Like, Avi Kelman, like, is that a Jewish name? I don't know these things, but it turns out that it is, in fact, a name that is commonly associated with those of the Jewish faith. And then, like, my therapist is Jewish, and I guess I was supposed to figure that out from the fact that his name's, like, Lazaro Zayas, like, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know these things. Yes. I have learned, and also, like, did you not notice that he, like... I don't know anything about Jewish people. We didn't have them. Like, growing up in my town, We like all the Jewish people lived in Highland Park. That wasn't very near me. I cannot believe that I failed it at that one spot. I think the cat wants into my office. Not everybody likes bacon though. Also, some people who identify as Jewish will eat bacon. Like my friend Dan Widrew, like he was like not observant, so he is Jewish and has like super Jewish hair, but he is not like he eats bacon. I mean, he's not observant, so I guess if you're gonna draw the line there, maybe that's a relevant point. Yeah, and let's not pretend that Ted Cruz has any faith other than, like, being a jerk. Well, there you go. I didn't know that either. God damn it! Fuck. I also don't know Gaming Lawyer's real name off the top of my head, so, like, that doesn't... The whole name thing doesn't really apply here like it might in some other places. But yes, Jess is constantly amazed at the number of people in my life who I'm like, I didn't know they were Jewish. And she's like, they were wearing a yarmulke. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, is that like a thing? That was dumb. I don't think that's not how, like, work works. I don't know. It is definitely the case that over the past couple of years, several of my friends, it has become much more obvious that they're Jewish because it turns out that when there's massive amounts of anti-Semitic crime going on, the people who are of Jewish faith tend to be a bit more outspoken about it, and so I have learned many things that I did not know in the past year. Oh, okay. I thought you were being serious. I don't know. Like I don't get any of these things. I just do whatever Jess tells me. That's my approach. Swear to God. Okay, well, I used my one possibility of getting touched by anything to run into that building when no one was chasing me. So we can tell that this particular run is going to go great. Just super well. Awesome, really. Fuck! That was not smart. I am the perfect driver. Just call me Mini Driver. So Jeff, reasons to care about whether someone is Jewish or not. Mostly it doesn't matter, right? So things that have come up in my life have been things like, okay, I'm trying to schedule an event and realizing that like some of the people that I'm scheduling the event for are Jewish is helpful so that I don't schedule on like Saturday, or I don't schedule on like as part of Jewish holidays or other things like that. Another thing that matters is, of course, understanding the cultural differences between how people look at situations is relevant, just to be aware and sensitive to, you know, special needs. Like, it is definitely the case that people in my life who are Jewish, I would definitely have more sensibility about reaching out to them to ask for, favors or something else right now, because it's a very difficult time for them after the recent domestic terrorism levied against their people. But yeah, like with my therapist, like it's relevant because like he celebrates a set of holidays that is not the same set of holidays that I do, and so like, hey, are you going to be around like on Monday is a relevant question at times when it wouldn't otherwise be if he wasn't, a practicing Jew, because he celebrates a different set of holidays. So. Prop 420, the shooting at the synagogue in Pittsburgh on Saturday had 11 people shot and 6 people killed. 11 people killed and 6 people injured in a shooting from a gunman who believed that Jews were helping Muslim refugees enter the country. He was responding to a series of highly publicized conspiracy theories that George Soros is funding thousands of Muslim refugees to enter the country via Guatemala and Mexico. So, yeah, it's terrifying. It's terrifying and it's sad and it's extremely difficult for people who are in that community. I have, one of the people who actually used to visit Nico Streams used to visit the stream, and she, is part of the Jewish community in Pennsylvania and knew people who were at services when this happened. It's just it's a terrifying thing to look around and realize that, the anti-Semitic attacks that are being perpetrated in this country just continue to ramp up and up and up. It's really sad. Sad and difficult. Come on. Get away, Dixieland. I wish I was in Dixie, hooray, hooray, da-da-do-da-da-do. Alright, maybe not the appropriate. God damn it! Song. Sorry. Yes, when I was in elementary school, I ended up singing a bunch of songs of the South, which is probably just as much of a problem as the Disney picture in question. My brain. Look, let's not count. I don't want to know. Fuck you! Yeah, there's no deaths. It's perfect. First try every time. Fuck! Alright, not a problem. Should have bought that extra insurance. Always buy the insurance. Fuck. Okay, we're doing fine, doing fine, doing fine. Let's just hope there's not a trolley on these tracks. Oh, there goes the trolley. It's fine, it's fine. Got no cops seeing us yet. Going up the hill. Got about 10 more seconds than we did last time we made it this far. Whew! Oh, shit. Please don't tell me there's another one. Thanks, Supermodel. I did it! Oh, I did it. Okay. So that is going to be it for the night. Yes, accept. Save. There we go. Okay. Yes. So, for those of you who missed it earlier, the get up in full regalia we got here. Tilt this up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, so this is my Wish provided German lederhosen outfit. It's got a nice butt feel, so that's good. Now, we bought a non-costume item from Wish as well. So those of you who have delicate sensibilities, I recommend averting your vision. Because this was just a random purchase that someone told me to buy. So, Jeff, if you're here, this is the time. Supermodel, you're a child, so you should probably leave, but I'm not going to force you to. Okay. Never mind. This is not at all what I thought it was, so I have no idea what this is. Oh, this is my Newegg thing, I think. Damn, this isn't even the thing I thought Jeff was going to, that Jeff wanted me to open. I guess the thing I wanted didn't come yet. I thought it was supposed to be here, but I guess it's not. So, my tracking says that it's still on the way. Arriving by November 18th? Where is it? Okay, so I don't know what this is. It's in Customs YW USA. And has been for, like, weeks. Yes. The Halloween strap-on will have to wait. It's not a strap-on. It's a funny faux foxtail butt backyard stopper stainless steel sex toys for women. But that's not what this is. Oh, this is colors. This is my filters. Okay, so my Newegg filters got here earlier than I expected. Yeah, just a tail butt plug. It's not that interesting. But these are what... Oh! I don't know why there's a lens cap in there. I did not expect that, but these are color filters so that I can try and do black and white photography into color. So I can turn things green. Oh, of course, this camera adjusts the color to it adjusts the white balance automatically. So that's I have to turn that off so you can actually see this, but there we go. That's kind of orangey. I don't actually know how well this is actually gonna, because I don't think I want like an like a red, a green, and a blue. Oh, there we go. So you got, that's like a red, a yellow, etc. Anyway, yes, so I apologize for my misleading thing. I thought that I knew what I had arrived because this was the package that shipped first. It was supposed to be here first, but I was wrong. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to take these filters, and after the election, I'm going to try and take pictures with the filters on and then rebuild them into a, take black and white photos and then rebuild them into a color image. So that is my goal. Just to prove that it can be done, not for any reason that's like technically valuable, but all right. So if I turn off right light and turn off auto white balance and save that and go here. Now I think this should change color less. Yeah, so now you can see it's very blue. And then this one is more green. If I put these together, gets you something. And this one is red. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so satellites actually like will take several images, and that are like at slightly different times. Yes, there's your red. So let's see if I can find this real quick. Rainbow airplane Google Maps. Yeah, so that's not a good. Here we go. So the reason that you see the kind of color stuff here in this picture. Oh, that picture's gone now. I wonder. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so the reason you see that is basically that what cameras actually do is that they take multiple pictures through different at different frequencies, and then they blend them all together. And so this plane, because it's moving, kind of moved in between the pictures that were taken, and as a result, you see like the blue, the green, the red, and then the pan sharpened image, and then the fuselage you can see is kind of just like all visible there, and that's because that's because like it's overlapping of all of those. So so that's how satellite images are actually taken. My weekend was terrible. It was absolutely junk. Canvassing for Upgrade Cambridge on Saturday was great, except it was in the rain and it was absolutely gross. Take care, Stingray. On Sunday, I went to a vigil for the Jewish community and their allies, as well as a pro transgender rights rally, and these are both good things in and of themselves, but bad that I feel the need to do them. So yeah, it's rough. It's been a rough week. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling happy. It sucks. So yeah. Cool. So my Pirates of the Caribbean costume is in Cambridge. So that I might actually get even before Halloween. My Spider-Man package is in China still, as of last update, so that's not going to happen. And there's a Ninja too, right? We got Ninja. Ninja departed from carrier 2 weeks ago. No update of it being in the US. And then my Batman costume also is in Cambridge. So, yeah. So it was a shitty weekend. Everybody vote. Please vote. If you are 18 and a legal resident or whatever you have to do to vote, like, please vote. Please, please, please vote. And please vote blue, because you have to vote blue. Otherwise, we're all fucked. It's not enough, but it's the best we can do. I am going to watch videos in the lounge for just a little bit. So if you want to join, Democrats, vote for Democrats. If you want to join, you can watch videos in the lounge. I'll be there for a little bit. We'll watch the latest Carlos Maza video, which was published today. Beyond that, I hope you all have a good night. I will not be streaming on Friday. I will be streaming on Saturday for Extra Life. I look forward to seeing anybody then. Have a good night. I will see you later. Goodbye.